Nate's Picks.
What's up, everyone? This is Nate, and this is the final part, part 4 of the rest of my Blu-rays. Now, when I say rest of my Blu-rays, I mean regular plastic case Blu-rays. We're going to go through the last bit here. So this is overall episode number 7, if you've been following along, and I'm going to just go ahead and finish this up. So, first, we have Hereditary. I paid $5. I think it's worth that. I think it's overrated, but I think it's good, but overrated. Good horror movie, though. Mortal Kombat. This movie is just, it's something. It's not good. I love it, though. This is a 90s, mid-90s, just, the music is incredible. Liu Kang, he was awesome, but the movie's not very good if you go back and watch it now. I still like it, though. I don't care. Forgetting Sarah Marshall, hilarious. I love this movie. Russell Brand is hilarious in this. Jason Segel, Mila Kunis, Kristen Bell, one of my favorites from that time. Okay, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Now, this is an 80s classic. I didn't grow up in the 80s, but this is one of those few 80s movies that I really, really enjoy watching. Of course, I love all the big ones, your Die Hards and your Back to the Futures, but this is one of those that's not that level of big budget tentpole movie that I really like. Ferris Bueller's great. It's hilarious. And who can't relate? Everyone can relate to wanting to skip school, even now. I wish I did it more often, but I went to school like a nerd. Anyway, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, Steven Spielberg movie. I watched this in the theater, I think a couple years ago. They re-released it. It's good. It's not one of my favorite Spielberg movies, but it is still very good. Collateral, Michael Mann, directed, Tom Cruise, Jamie Foxx. Really good movie. All takes place in one night in LA, and it's a good action thriller kind of movie. I really enjoy it. And Tom Cruise playing a bad guy, which is pretty rare. The Man in the Iron Mask. This movie's awesome. This is the best Three Musketeers movie that's not called the Three Musketeers or anything. It's better than all the ones that are called the Three Musketeers, but yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio, John Malkovich, Gabriel Byrne, who's the other guy? Gerard Depardieu. Yeah, this movie is really, really good. And I saw that in the theater when I was a kid. Liked it much better now. Gone in 60 Seconds. This is Nicolas Cage and Angelina Jolie and a bunch of other actors that are all solid. Yeah, Robert Duvall, Giovanni Ribisi, Delroy Lindo. Yeah, good. It's a remake. I've heard the original is much better, but I've never seen it. But I like this movie. I thought it was a good time. G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra. Now, directed by Stephen Sommers, the man who does things with too much CGI. But this movie is pretty stupid, and I still kind of like it. So I have this thing where, I like some stupid movies. Not all of them, but this falls in the category of ones that I like. I don't know why. I could just watch this when they have those suits where they run really fast in the streets. It looks just horrible, but also I'm having a good time when they're doing it. So I don't know. I like the second one better, but I like that movie. Denzel Washington, Deja Vu. This was one of his collaborations with Tony Scott. They did, I think, 5 movies together, maybe. This one's really good. It has to do with time travel, and Jim Caviezel's in it, Val Kilmer's in it. Yeah, really solid movie. Okay, we got a 3-pack. Dodgeball, Napoleon Dynamite, and Office Space. I enjoy all 3 of these movies. I can watch any Office Space. I think Office Space is really good. I like Dodgeball the best out of these, probably. It's really stupid, but oh my gosh, it makes me laugh every time. And Napoleon Dynamite is, it is what it is. It's kind of a niche comedy, but I enjoy it. Dark City. I covered this on the podcast as kind of an underrated movie that people don't really ever talk about, but is actually really, really good. Good cast. Jennifer Connelly's in it. Kiefer Sutherland. And this was Alex Proyas. He did this after The Crow. I think it's better than The Crow, personally. Okay, controversial movie. Daredevil. Now, this is the director's cut. I actually really like the director's cut of Daredevil. It has all the same stuff as the regular one, plus a little bit other, more stuff, but they go more into detail with the lawyer aspect of Matt Murdock. If there's stuff you don't like in the original, it's still here, so you probably won't like it. But I like it. I I don't think it's amazing, but I think I reviewed this and gave it like a 6 out of 10. I leave it at a 6. Like, it's passable to me. I enjoy it. Crimson Tide, another one, Tony Scott and Denzel Washington team up. But this also has Gene Hackman. So if you want to see two actors who are great at acting, act in a movie together, this is a really good choice of, as far as an option for that scenario. Both of them are terrific. The movie's very suspenseful. It's on a submarine, so it's, confined. Really good. I got 28 Days Later and 28 Weeks Later combo. I like both of them. I think they're both good. I think 28 Days Later, it's really good for what it is. I think the second one's a little more fun, personally, but I don't know. I think they're pretty equal. I could watch either one. Hellboy. I love Hellboy. This is the first one, Guillermo del Toro, Ron Perlman. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why this tagline is on here. It's one of the most exciting genre-bending action films since the original Matrix. This has nothing like the Matrix, but it's a good time. It has some monsters, and Ron Perlman's hilarious, and it's really good. But if you've never seen that and you've seen the Matrix, don't read that box. It's nothing like the Matrix. Austin Powers 3-pack, all 3 Austin Powers movies. I like all 3 of them. I think Goldmember is the least funny. I like the second one the best. I think The Spy Who Shagged Me is the funniest one out of all of them. But I enjoy all 3. They're all funny. Back when Mike Myers was a thing. Hancock. This is a kind of an underrated movie. I mean, I know it made money, but no one ever talks about Hancock when you're talking about Will Smith. Charlize Theron is in it. Jason Bateman is in it. It's got a good cast. Peter Berg directed this. I like the action scenes. I thought it was funny. It was kind of a cool twist on the superhero movie, so I like that one. And that's the unrated version. I don't know what's the difference. I'll have to watch it and let you know. Green Zone. So this is a movie that I don't know anyone, no one even knows what this is. My brother the other day picked this out and said, what is this? This is Paul Greengrass directed this. So he directed the first 3 Bourne movies, and then he did the last one, the most recent one, Jason Bourne. The Bourne Supremacy and the Bourne Ultimatum. So 2 and 3. So him and Matt Damon worked together on this movie called Green Zone. It looks like a Bourne movie. It has that same kind of Paul Greengrass shaky cam style, and Matt Damon is in it. But it's not quite the same as a Bourne movie. It's like a military, war thriller. It's good. It's good. Not super memorable, but it's good. Legend, Tom Cruise. This is directed by Ridley Scott. This movie is good, but I think a lot of people that I've talked to, a lot of 80s kids, really, really enjoy it. And then I watched it and I was like, it's okay. This kind of Never-Ending Story to me. I think it's pretty good and visually cool, but I don't think it's an amazing movie. 500 Days of Summer. I actually really love this movie. Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Zooey Deschanel are both really good in it. It's an interesting twist on the rom-com movie because it's about a relationship that doesn't work. They don't end up together. And so, thus the name 500 Days of Summer. That's how long they're in each other's world. And it's a really cool twist on it. It jumps around in time. And if you haven't seen that, I definitely think you should check it out. 21 Jump Street. Awesome, hilarious movie. This is great. As far as a remake of a 80s TV show, this is about as good as you can hope it comes out. And it is so funny. Jonah Hill is great, but Channing Tatum was the big surprise because at this time, the girls liked him, but no one else really the guys didn't really like him. And this kind of, I think, turned the switch okay, he's actually not that bad. He's pretty funny. So 21 Jump Street's awesome. I got a 3-pack of movies here. Last House on the Left, The Strangers, which I have in a Scream Factory, so I actually gave away The Strangers disc to a friend, and A Perfect Getaway. So, Last House on the Left is a remake of an old Wes Craven movie, but and it's pretty good. But A Perfect Getaway, I recently reviewed this on my Instagram, and it's super underrated. That movie's really good. Timothy Olyphant is in it, Steve Zahn, Mila Jovovich, Chris Hemsworth before he played Thor. It's like a mystery with never-ending amount of red herrings, so you don't know who's the bad guy for quite a while, and it's actually really well done. I enjoy it. It's a good time. And then another underrated movie, Revenge by Tony Scott. This stars Kevin Costner, Madeline Stowe, and Anthony Quinn. It's really good. It's a really good like revenge thriller from the early 90s. Kevin Costner is great in it. If you haven't seen that, definitely worth checking out. All right, next up, The Usual Suspects, Bryan Singer. This movie's good. I think most people remember it for its ending and don't give the rest of the movie as much credit. Like, it's a good overall movie. It just has like a really cool like twist ending. But yeah, it's really solid, really good cast as well. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? I never saw this when I was a kid. So I didn't watch this till I was an adult. And good thing. I don't think I would have liked this when I was a kid, to be honest. It's like a noir, almost like a noir movie, but like mixed with like comedic cartoons and stuff. It's really weird, but Bob Hoskins is really good in it. It's actually a really good movie. I like it quite a bit. The Hustler. I watched this for the first time last year, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Paul Newman is so good in this. The story's good. The acting is good. If you haven't seen The Hustler, you're missing out. It's a really, really, really good flick. It's a Wonderful Life. There's another one that I had never seen, recently watched. It's good. James Stewart is in it. It's sad. I don't think it's a Christmas movie, even though everyone watches it at Christmas. I don't know. It has Christmas time in it, but it's not I don't know. I guess it's a Christmas movie, because I say Batman Returns is a Christmas movie, and it's only set during Christmas, so whatever. Never mind. Erase everything I said. It's a Christmas movie. It's good. This is a very good movie. Romeo and Juliet. Now, this is of course, the 90s version with Leonardo DiCaprio and, what's-her-face? Claire Danes. I like it. I think it's cool. I love the visual style of Baz Luhrmann. Like, it's really crazy. I just think it's weird that they kept, like, the original dialogue from the play, because it's in modern times, and, like, they talk about, like, when they talk about a sword, they pull out a gun. So, like, it's weird. Like, just use swords then. Make it modern and use swords. Really go all the way with it. But it's still cool. I think it's a really good movie. It's just bizarre. The Rock, love it. 90s action. Michael Bay, one of his least bad movies. It's not even bad. I think it's good. It's one of his best movies, I should say. Nicolas Cage, Sean Connery, Ed Harris is really good in this. He plays the villain. Really like that one. Okay, another Tony Scott, Denzel team up. Taking a Pelham 1, 2, 3. This is a fine movie. Like, it's nothing special. John Travolta is interesting in it because he plays a bad guy, and this guy is chewing the scenery like never before. So yeah, watch it for John Travolta's weird bad guy performance. It's kind of interesting. I know he did a bad guy in Face Off, but this is totally different because this is after he was like his career hit its peak. The Mechanic, Jason Statham. Yeah, this is a fine movie. Like, it's a good, solid action movie. Nothing special, but I like Jason Statham, so I always enjoy that one. This is one of my personal favorite movies, The Last of the Mohicans. I love it. I usually put it in my top 10. Michael Mann directed, Daniel Day-Lewis. So good. The score, the music, the love story, the fights, everything. Everything works in this movie. I absolutely love it. That's like a 10 out of 10 for me. There's nothing wrong with it. The Kingdom. Now, this is also a Peter Berg movie and stars Jamie Foxx, Jennifer Garner, and Chris Cooper. I don't say underrated. I think it's just it's like kind of unknown. I like it. It's got really good action scenes. It's set in the Middle East. It's like a military, like a war movie. It's a little standard as far as the plot, because it has to do with like oil. They bring up all this stuff, but the actual movie itself is a lot of fun. And Jamie Foxx is actually really good in it. The A-Team. This is a movie that is another one of those remake of an old 80s TV show. I like this movie quite a bit. This one was directed by Joe Carnahan, who did Smokin' Aces before this. But yeah, Bradley Cooper, Liam Neeson, Charlton Copley, Jessica Biel, Patrick Wilson. Good cast. And Rampage Jackson is in it for some... I guess he looks like... He looks the part, but he's not an actor. He's a fighter. But that works for the action scenes. The action scenes are actually really good. I like this movie. It's a lot of fun. Sunshine. Underrated. I could say that. Danny Boyle directed. This is like one of the best sci-fi movies that no one ever talks about. Great cast. Cillian Murphy, Rose Byrne, Michelle Yeoh. Chris Evans is in this. Yeah, it is like a really, really, really cool movie. And it takes a weird turn towards the end and almost becomes like a horror movie, which maybe turns some people off, but I think it was awesome. Street Kings. This is directed by David Ayer, who recently did Suicide Squad and Bright. I think those are like his last two. But this was back when he was writing these gritty kind of LA cop movies. So he wrote, did he write this? He didn't write this one, but he wrote Training Day. And he wrote and directed a movie called Harsh Times. This falls in line with that kind of that gritty LA cop movie with Keanu Reeves is in it, and Forrest Whitaker, Chris Evans. It's good. It's not great. It's a little standard, but it's pretty good. Logan. I mean, this is a great movie. I have it in 4K, and this includes the Logan Noir, the black and white version of it. Gorgeous. Absolutely loved it. I watched it last time I watched it like that. And I loved it. Bram Stoker's Dracula. This is the 90s version. Francis Ford Coppola. Gary Oldman. Incredible. He's incredible in this. Winona Ryder is good. And then Keanu Reeves is terrible in this. He's god-awful. And I love Keanu Reeves as a human and as an actor. He's awful in this. He tries to do a British accent. It's the worst British accent there ever was. I like this movie, though. It's still good. He tried to make it old school by doing in-camera effects. So it looks like a 50s movie, but is made in the 90s, so it's kind of neat. Stand By Me, classic, coming of age movie, really good. River Phoenix, of course, was in this, and Jerry O'Connell, and Corey Feldman, Kiefer Sutherland, really good flick. Insidious, one of the best horror movies, I would say, of after the 2000s. Yeah, this is James Wan, so I love everything James Wan. This movie's scary. I like horror movies when they're scary. I can watch a horror movie that's not scary, maybe like a slasher or like, you watch it for other reasons. But this one actually, I was nervous. I watched it squinting like this way. If something jumped out, I could not see it as good. And it has a lot of good jump scares, so I really like that movie. Armageddon, I'm not a huge fan of Armageddon, but I like it. Michael Bay, blowing stuff up. I mean, that's what this is. But it has a really good cast. Bruce Willis, Ben Affleck, Liv Tyler, Steve Buscemi, Michael Clark Duncan. Tons of people in that one. Underrated, Snowpiercer. This movie's awesome. Chris Evans is in this. Jamie Bell, Tilda Swinton. This is from director Bong Joon-ho, who recently did Parasite. So if you like that movie and you want to go back and see some of his other stuff, check this out. I think it's on Netflix too. Smokin' Aces, Joe Carnahan. I mentioned this one before. I love Smokin' Aces. It's very stylish. I'd say it's definitely style over substance, but cool cast. Ryan Reynolds, Ray Liotta, Chris Pine before he was really famous. Taraji P. Henson, Jeremy Piven, Alicia Keys, Jason Bateman, Ben Affleck. It's got a ton of people in it. Really good movie. One of my favorites, Man on Fire. Another one I'd say is in my top 10 movies. This is Tony Scott and Denzel Washington teaming up again. This is their best team up as far as they have. I absolutely love this movie. Kick-Ass. Kick-Ass is really awesome. It's kind of like a really different take on the superhero genre. It's rated R, really violent. But Chloe Grace Moretz, this is when she was still really young. Her and Nicolas Cage steal the whole movie. They're the two best parts of it. But yeah, it's really entertaining, really funny. All right, now Into the Blue. I won't lie, I only have this because Jessica Alba is in it, and she is my #1 all-time favorite movie crush. Paul Walker's in it. He's fine. This movie's not that good. It's about underwater treasure hunters and stuff like that. But Jessica Alba's in it, and I won't lie, that's why I have it. She's in a bathing suit for 80% of it. So I have not seen this since 2007 or whenever it came out, but I have it because I saw it in the theater and I said, I will buy this. Faster. No one ever talks about Faster. This is The Rock. So this actually stars Billy Bob Thornton, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. And this is right when he was turning from, he had done a bunch of these weird kid movies, like the Game Plan and the Race to Witch Mountain. And he was kind of going off. And then he did this. And this is an R-rated kind of old school, tough guy movie. And then from there, he started getting into the action movies and Fast Five and all that. And then now he's the biggest thing. So I really like this movie. And of course, then I have Black Hawk Down. So this is a Ridley Scott movie, war movie. crazy good cast, a bunch of people, Josh Hartnett, amongst others. So that's definitely a really good war movie that I enjoy. All right, moving on. Now I have we're gonna get a nice little segment here of one of my favorite actors. I think my favorite actress, I think we actually did this on the podcast, Angelina Jolie. I got 4 more Angelina Jolie movies. Changeling. This is directed by Clint Eastwood. It's good. It's a drama. It's Angelina Jolie and John Malkovich. Her son goes missing, and that's it. That's all I'll say. It's good. It's more of a dramatic role, like I said, but yeah, very good. Sky Captain in the World of Tomorrow. This is a visually really cool movie. It looks crazy. Angelina Jolie is in it. Of course, Jude Law, Gwyneth Paltrow. Yeah, this is like at the time when this was like, 2004. So Sin City came out that year, and they had this like green screen kind of, and this was like old 20s kind of looking thing. It's not a like great movie, but it actually is like a really cool visually. The Tourist. Now, this movie's not amazing, but I like Angelina Jolie in it, and I actually like Johnny Depp in it a little bit. I only say that because he's playing a human. So he's kind of sleepwalking through most of the movie. He's like, seems bored, but at least he's not doing an accent or painted white or have contacts. Those are like his go-tos. So at least he did that. And Angelina's stunning in this. It looks nice. You know, it has like a lot of nice visuals, but as a movie, it's okay. And then this movie's actually really good. The Bone Collector. You get Angelina and Denzel Washington in the same movie together. I am there. He plays a character named Lincoln Rhyme. I'll never forget it. I haven't seen this in years, but I remember the name. And he's paralyzed. He's a cop who's paralyzed, and he has to help Angelina Jolie solve this string of murders from his bed while he's like talking to her on this thing. It's really good. If you like serial killer movies, it's actually a really good one. Okay, The Descent. This is a terrific horror movie. Very scary, very claustrophobic. If you don't like small spaces or caves or like being, like buried or anything, don't watch this because you'll get stressed out. But really good movie. Sleepy Hollow, another Johnny Depp. I like him in this. This is a good one. This is I said this is like the most ultimate Tim Burton like movie. This is so Tim Burton, it's not even funny. All the trees are crooked. It has that look. Everything's kind of pale and gothic looking, and it's good. But it's very, very Tim Burton. 40-Year-Old Virgin, Judd Apatow's first movie. Steve Carell's hilarious in this. I saw this in the theater, and I laughed so hard when I saw it. Does it hold up? I don't know. It's still funny. It's not as funny as when I was 18, but it's still funny. Anaconda. Terrible. Love it. Absolutely love this movie. Look, Jon Voight alone. You gotta watch this for Jon Voight. He's doing he's supposed to be from Brazil, but he's not really doing like a Portuguese accent. I don't know what he's doing, but he's great in it. He's so funny. The rest of the cast is actually really good. I mean, Jennifer Lopez, say what you want, but Ice Cube is in this. I think Owen Wilson is in this movie. Yeah, Owen Wilson is in this movie. Eric Stoltz, a gigantic snake. I mean, this is for me. This is right up my alley, and I love it. But Jon Voight, look. I'm gonna put it with my Angelina movies because that's her dad, and he's incredible in that movie. And by incredible, I mean awful and incredible. Let Me In. This is a remake of the movie Let the Right One In, which I did see and I liked. But I really like this version as well. Matt Reeves directed. It's a vampire movie. It's like 2 kids. Think if Twilight was good or better. 2 kids, one a vampire, one a not. Like a love story, but they're a little younger. It's rated R, so they're like real vampires. Yeah, it's good. Kingdom of Heaven. This is a Ridley Scott movie. This was right after Gladiator, so like I think he wanted to keep doing these like, big historical epics. Orlando Bloom is in this, Liam Neeson is in this, Jeremy Irons is in this. It's not as good as Gladiator, but it's still pretty good. And this is the director's cut, like the ultimate version, and it's way better than the theatrical one. Talladega Nights. I mean, this movie it makes me laugh. It's not that great. It's one of the few Will Ferrell movies I like. This, The Other Guys, Anchorman, those are all my jams. Everything else, but this one I always liked. The Uninvited. This is actually a decent little horror movie. I mean, I like it. Emily Browning from Sucker Punch is in this. It's like a ghost story, but you don't you don't know it's a ghost story for a while, so it has a nice little twist. Yeah, pretty good movie. Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. I like this remake as far as these horror remakes go. Jessica Biel is in this one. I like it. I like the way it looks. I think it looks clean compared to the old one, which looks all dirty, which, I mean, it works, but yeah, I like the Texas Chainsaw remake, actually. I hate, like, Leatherface looks scarier in this than he does in the old one, to me, but that's just me. The Sixth Sense, classic. Absolute classic. 90s film. Haley Joel Osment is great in this. Bruce Willis is great in this. M. Night Shyamalan is not in it, but, oh no, he is in it, but he directed it, and he did a great job. That kind of put him on the map. Great movie. Munich. Or as someone asked me, Munch one time. They didn't see that I, and they said, what's Munch? This is Munich. This is directed by Steven Spielberg. Stars Eric Bana, Daniel Craig. Based on a true story, it's a really, really, really good thriller. And it's called Munich, not Munch. So if you're going to buy this, you look for Munich. See? Munch. Australia. This is a movie that no one ever talks about. This stars Hugh Jackman and Nicole Kidman. This is Baz Luhrmann. And this is essentially a throwback to the old kind of big Hollywood, like romance stories, and they set it in Australia. I really liked it, but no one else seems to like it because I don't ever see anyone talking about it, or if they do, they're saying they don't like it. So I like Australia. I think it's actually really good. The Hills Have Eyes 2, unrated. Now, I have The Hills Have Eyes 1, but I have it in a steelbook, so I just have this Hills Have Eyes 2. It's not that good. And I have this because I bought it in a 2-pack with the first movie. But when I got the steelbook, I got rid of the first movie, so I just have this, and I'm probably never going to watch it. It's only 89 minutes, so it's not that good. It's actually not that good. I don't even remember what happens. I remember not liking it, though. The Eye, starring Jessica Alba, my girlfriend. Yeah, this movie's okay. This is a remake of a Japanese movie as well. I think it's fine. I thought the movie was fine. The directors directed this French film called They, which is actually great. So I was really excited to actually watch this. And then I did, and it was just okay. But I don't hate this movie. Public Enemies. This might be the last thing that Johnny Depp did that I was, really enjoyed. I like him in it. Him and Christian Bale are both terrific. Marion Cotillard as well. Michael Mann directed this. It's like a really good gangster movie. I enjoy it. So, yeah, Public Enemies. Boys in the Hood. This is a John Singleton movie. Classic. This is a 90s classic. Cuba Gooding Jr., Ice Cube, Lawrence Fishburne, Morris Chestnut, Neil Long. Fantastic movie. Christopher Nolan's Memento. Yeah, I own every movie he's made. And this is up there. I know he's, moved on to this kind of grander movies, but this is, I don't want to say it's his best movie because I don't think it's his best, but I think creatively it's up there. It's in his top 3 movies. The way he tells the story and everything is fantastic. Amistad, Spielberg movie. Djimon Hounsou kind of put him on the map. Anthony Hopkins, Matthew McConaughey, really good cast. Pretty brutal at times, but really, really good movie. Another Spielberg movie, War Horse. No one likes this movie, except me. I'm the only one, and I am a Spielberg fanboy. However, I just liked it. I saw this in the theater on Christmas, and yeah, this came out the same time as Tintin, which he had 2 movies open on Christmas together, and I saw both, and I liked both, but I liked War Horse. I don't know, it's long, but it's good. Unstoppable, Tony Scott, Denzel Washington. I think I own every movie they've made together. This one's a lot of fun. This one's just nonstop. Him and Chris Pine and a train that's going out of control, and they have to try to stop it before it hits this town and blows it up. It's fantastic. How can you say those words and not want to watch it? Blows up a town. I mean, come on. All right, recently picked this up actually. Paranormal Activity. This is 1, 2, and 3, all in a box set. And those are the 3 best, in my opinion. I do like the marked ones, but I hate Paranormal Activity 4 and 6. They're awful. So I picked this up because these are the 3 best movies, in my opinion, in that series. Orphan. Orphan is directed by Jaum, my favorite guy. This is a good movie. This is a nice little horror movie with a good twist ending. Vera Farmiga's in it, and she's really good. Good acting. Not super scary, but a really good flick. I just got this as well. Love and Other Drugs, Anne Hathaway, and Jake Gyllenhaal. I saw this in the theater with my grandmother on Thanksgiving. That was an experience because there's like a lot of sex scenes in this, so it was kind of weird. But the movie's actually really good. The story's good. It's cute. I like it. And then Your Highness, another movie that everyone seems to hate. Natalie Portman, James Franco, Danny McBride. I think it's kind of funny. It's not amazing, but it did make me laugh. It's like a stoner movie that's also a fantasy film. So that's probably the best way I could describe it. All right, now I got a couple of classic horror movies. I've never seen any of these. I'm going to watch them on 31 Days of Horror. I have Lon Chaney's The Phantom of the Opera. This is the old original one from 1925. Black and white, silent. It's actually a silent film. And this is the real iconic, there's this photo of him as the Phantom that everyone kind of knows. This is that movie. So really looking forward to seeing that. Then I have The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. This is another silent film. It's German, and apparently it's supposed to be really cool as far as the look of it. But I've never seen it, so I'm looking forward to watching that one as well. And lastly, Nosferatu, which I believe these two are directed by the same person. So looking forward to it. But this is like the original OG vampire movie. It's based off of Bram Stoker's Dracula, but it's not called Dracula. Very iconic. Really looking forward to seeing that one. Okay, last few here, and we'll start with this one. Revenge. I reviewed this on my podcast. This movie's awesome. It's super bloody, but like really satisfyingly bloody because this girl is basically getting revenge on these guys for doing something very not nice to her. And when she does, you're just rooting for her to do it, and then she gets her revenge. It's spoiler alert. It's terrific. Great movie. Definitely check that one out. Lucky Number 7, super slept on. You want to talk about a slept on movie? This is it. I just bought this recently because I can never find, you can't find it anywhere like in a store. They don't sell it. I got it on Amazon because it was on sale for $5. I said, that's a steal because this movie is great. Bruce Willis, Josh Hartnett, Lucy Liu, Stanley Tucci. Stanley Tucci's in it. Ben Kingsley, Morgan Freeman. Great cast, great story. Lots of twists. I love that movie. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. This is a cheesy movie, but I also watched this a lot when I was a kid, so I enjoy it. Christy Swanson, Donald Sutherland, Luke Perry, Rutger Hauer. It's good. Joss Whedon wrote it, and of course went on to make a TV show out of it, but I like the movie. My Bloody Valentine 3D. One of the best 3D experiences I had in the theater when 3D was a thing. It's really died off. They don't even release anything in 3D anymore, but this was filmed in 3D and a horror movie, and they used it really well. I mean, I remember seeing it in theater and be like, wow, I wish they all did this, but most of them didn't. High Tension. All right, this movie's wild. So this was directed by Alex Aja, and it is super, really graphic and gory. It's French, and it's, I wouldn't say it's suspenseful. It's not super, super scary, but gosh darn, it hits, and it hits really hard. I really like this movie. I like to show that to people who have never seen it, and then they end up liking it too. The Truman Show, what can you say? Jim Carrey in the 90s was the best, and this is a good movie because it was a nice change of pace. It's not a comedy. It's a comedy, but it's like more lighthearted. It's not a super extreme comedy. Paul Giamatti, Ed Harris. Good flick. Zoolander. I like Zoolander. I still sometimes say lines from this movie. Ben Stiller's really funny in it. Will Ferrell's actually really funny in it. I like Zoolander quite a bit. All right, next up we got Fright Night. This is a good vampire movie. I mean, I really liked it. Toni Collette is in this. Colin Farrell is in this. Anton Yelchin is in this. This is a remake of an 80s movie, and I've never seen the original one, but I really enjoyed this. Colin Farrell playing a vampire. I mean, you can't go wrong. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon in 4K. I'll be honest, I have not seen this since the theater. But I remember even loving it then. So I bought it when it came out on 4K. Due for a rewatch soon here so I could do a review, but I like Crouching Tiger. Final Destination 5. I only own Final Destination 5. And it's not because I don't like the other ones. I do. I just don't have them. But I have this one. And this one's actually really good. And it's a sneaky prequel, actually, which is cool. So, yeah, Final Destination 5 is a good time. Duel. This is Steven Spielberg's first movie. This was actually a TV movie that they then released, like on Blu Ray as a standalone regular movie. It's really good. It's like Jaws, but rather than a shark, it's a semi-truck. So this semi-truck is just haunting this dude on the road, and they never even show who's driving it. It's actually really good. And it showed the promise of, what was going to be. We'll do these together. I have Scream 2, Scream 3, and Scream 4. No, I don't. I have Scream 1, but not on disc. I own it digitally on Vudu. So, yeah, I have these 3. I like the whole series. I think 3 is the worst. I like 2 a lot, and I actually like 4 a lot. But 3's okay. I like 3. Scream 1 obviously is the best one, but I like that series in general. And the last of these, what a way to end it. A very unremarkable movie that's actually still kind of good. Invincible. This is a Mark Wahlberg football movie from Disney. And it, oh yeah, no, I actually have one more I forgot. This is a football movie based on a true story. This guy, he just goes to, he's a bartender and he tries out for the Philadelphia Eagles and he makes the team. It's fun. It's a nice feel-good story. I love a good like underdog sports movie, so it fits the bill. Right now, the real last one. So this is a movie that I got as a gift. So no one yell at me for buying anything pirated or anything like that. But I got a bootleg version of Song of the South on DVD. This is my only like standalone movie I have on DVD. Look at this incredible, this artwork where it doesn't even fit the whole front. It's just small. This is, of course, a movie that is like banned. Like Disney won't release it. It's not even in the vault. It's buried under the vault and then under that, whatever that is. So I have it. I've watched it. It's problematic, sure, but Zippity Doodah is a great song, and that's in this movie, and that's all I could say. This also features some really, 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 really racist cartoons on it. I don't know why they're on there, because they have nothing to do with Song of the South, but me and my friends watched this, and we're just like mouth open, like, what is this? So, thank you for getting me this, the person who got it for me. And yeah, so I have that. I have Disney Song of the South on bootleg. Look at this DVD art. It's just white. So, yeah, I have that. And that completes my Blu Ray 4K non-Steelbook collection. So, 7 episodes. Thank you guys for following along. We're going to be doing more episodes coming up. We're going to go over the Steelbooks. So, I know everyone, I have a lot of Steelbooks. I want to say like 300 or close to 300 Steelbooks. So, we're going to go over those. But please let me know in the comments what movies you have that you really like. If you have any of these movies and you enjoy them, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Yeah, let's talk about it. Follow me on Instagram at Netflix Reviews. Our podcast, we have a podcast, Netflix Reviews. We're on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify. We're not recording right now just because of everything that's going on and the movie theaters being closed. But all of our we have like over 200 episodes on there that you could download and listen to. So we will be back next time when we start going over the Steelbooks. And thanks for watching.
The Nate in Netflix. Nate.